This video article we're going to talk about the secret editing job that most writers miss. Before we get started, if you want to get an email with a timestamp overview every time I release a new video like this, head over to my website at deliberate-practice.com, sign up for my email list. Coming soon for email subscribers only will be the director's cut version of a course that I'm in the middle of creating called How to Write Your First Short Story. So this will be a 2.5 hour, 3 hour video lecture split into about 18 or 19 different sections, and for people who are on my email list, they'll get access to this. So each section will be on its own. Each section will have timestamp notes, and there'll even be some interactive AI workflows to go through one of the sections. So that's coming soon. So go and sign up for my email list, and then we'll dive into the video. Now, when you edit a story, there are actually two jobs that you need to do. One of the jobs is rarely talked about, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And the editing job that is widely talked about is the obvious one, which is improving your work, improving your story, making the prose better, correcting any continuity errors, making sure the story works, all those kind of things. You know the deal. I've not done any videos on editing, and I will do at some stage, but you know what everyone refers to as editing. But that isn't what I want to talk about in this video. Instead, what I want to talk about is the secret editing job, and this is actually, in some respects, a more important job than the standard editing job that we just talked about. And this secret job is to use the editing process to identify the common writing mistakes that you make. This is important because if you're making common mistakes and you're making them story 1, in story 2, in story 3, in story 4, in story 5, you're seeing them in your editing process and they're not being corrected, then that means there's a hole in your writing technique. So as well as improving your story in editing, you also should be looking at your edits and see if by looking at your edits you can identify areas that you can practice as a separate writing activity and create improvement in. Now, how you go about fixing your mistakes. The domain we call writing is made up of many sub-skills. Each of those sub-skills can be isolated, so identify what sub-skill you're struggling with and practice it to the point of unconscious competence. And I say that because if you practice it to that point and then you're writing in flow, that will automatically appear in your writing, and if you fixed it, you won't have to pick up editing mistakes, and this is why you should fix those mistakes, because if you don't actively fix them, what will happen is you'll repeat them in the next story and the next and the one after that, all of which takes up editing time, and more importantly, it takes up energy fixing. So if you can fix them by correcting whatever is causing this problem in multiple stories, then your editing time and more importantly your energy that you use in your editing time can focus on much more important story elements. There's some good news. It sounds like it's bad news and doom and gloom, but it's not. The basic sub-skills for writing can be fixed with 5 to 10 hours of deliberate practice, depending on where you are now. Some of them can be fixed with an hour of deliberate practice. That's how easy they are to fix. And for most writers, and especially beginner writers, just fixing the basic 6 items. There's a video on my channel somewhere called Gary Provost 5 foundational writing skills, something like that. Those 5 and one more, for most beginner writers, if you spend 10 or 20 hours over the next month or so fixing those, it will make an enormous difference to the clarity of your writing, and from there you can carry on looking at things that you need to improve in, but they can be more advanced sub-skills. And if you do this, it will improve the quality of your writing. More importantly, the reader will have to spend much less energy comprehending what you've written, because your writing will be much clearer, much more direct, much more active, and they can focus on the story. So it makes your writing better, and it makes the reader's experience better as well. So, closing out, editing does two jobs. editing to improve, which is what most people think of as editing, and then auditing those edits to identify technique holes that you've got in your writing that can be fixed. If this is the kind of content that you like to see, and you're a beginner writer, more on the beginning end of the spectrum, then you might want to check out the resource I've put together. It's called the Writing Vault. You can see the URL there. There'll be a link in the description below. You can go and check that out. It's designed to help people move forwards with their writing in various ways, and there's lots of information that's all collected and cross-linked and indexed, so if you've got a specific problem that you're having, you should be able to find content that will help you fix that problem. If you've got any questions on any of this, then just email me, paul@deliberate-practice.com, and I'll get back to you. Thank you for your time with this video, and I'll leave you with some recommended videos from my channel.